There are extremely talented people in the North. Photographers, filmmakers, designers, you name them. But somehow, nobody knows them because we were raised with one powerful word. Let there be. Be humble. Don't show off. Don't make noise. But in the creative world, if you don't make noise, you disappear. My name is Funam.
And I am your favorite girl, Marvel. And this is the Not Said Word podcast on Unplug.
Hello, Marvel.
Hi, Funam.
How are you doing today?
Never been better. How about you?
I'm jiggy today, excited.
Obviously, I can see that.
And I'm ready for the flow today.
Oh, that's nice.
So, let's talk about this word, let there be. First of all, let's make our viewers understand what that word means.
Oh, well, ladabi, to my greatest understanding, as a northern, brilliant, and beautiful babe.
You can say that again.
I mean, it means for someone to be humble, to be gentle, you have to be modest. Yeah, you know, the northern definition, you do not have to be loud, you have to be calm and all nice and sweet. So if you're a northern girl, you definitely have by default that training from home.
And that is how we define a well-trained or cultured person
in the north, honestly,
shy the person is, especially ladies, by how shy she is. She does not talk in public. She does not talk while she's with others. And,
honestly,
and when people see that, especially the elders, they're like, "Who trained you?
Who trained you?
You understand?
Daughter of her mother." I mean,
but really, that is really affecting creatives. From the north, the creatives that come up from the north, that is crazy. It is really affecting them because coming out with that kind of training, and then you are now a creative. Maybe you are talented by default, or you have been trained. But you see, there's one thing about this cultural training is that it's somewhat of a stronghold. That even if you are trying to express yourself, you are trying to exploit, somehow there is like one more string that's pulling you backwards. Like, hey, calm down. Hey, calm down. But that's really, really affecting
creatives
in the north.
Yeah.
So you yourself, you're a creative, right?
Oh, yes, I am.
So really, how have you been dealing with this part of you in the north? Or have you been shunning it, showing everyone, I'm not cultured, yes. Or how are you dealing with it actually?
All right, you see, this topic, I feel like it's due.
Yeah.
And it's very important for a time as now because firsthand, I have practical examples to cite from my own life. I grew up a very talented person. I was very multi-talented from a very tender age. I could sing, I could dance, I could write scripts for people to act and all that. So I grew up very agile.
I think the last thing I knew you could do was that dancing part. But I think I saw you doing that when you were in school. One time, some cultural stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, Mama got this too. Like,
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I mean that was my final project performance in Castle and all.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I'd always had it in me, but trust me, right now it's dead and gone.
No,
Honestly, sadly.
So how are you balancing all of this now?
But yeah, while growing up, you know, every time I tried dancing, first of all, my dad is a missionary.
Oh,
So he's not just a northern man.
I'm already painting pictures.
He's a northern man that is a clergy. So you can just imagine how the house is going to be already. And then you're trying to be like, Mommy, I have dance classes. And they're like, dance? No, what you guys go to do there is prostitution. I don't want anybody spoiling my child. You have to sit down at home. No, you're not going anywhere.
And all that. Extreme words.
Honestly, prostitution. They say you're going to smoke or you're going to hang out with bad friends. They just have that stigma that anybody that is dancing is wayward. So it's not a practice that their children should partake in. And honestly, that affected me. The whole dancing in me stopped. It's ended there. I mean, I'm very much flexible up to now. And if you see a flexible person, you would know.
I can tell.
But then the act and the skill of dancing is not there.
It's not there.
And then secondly, which I am grateful I still have,
Yeah.
at least music aspect, but still it's not because I was trained from home.
Yeah.
That is the thing. They'll tell you, oh, I think it's better you become a lawyer, it's better you study to become a doctor, and all that, but nobody is really supporting you that your potential will come out there, that your talent will really, really shine.
Yeah.
Nobody's really investing into you from a tender age to see that all these things are beginning to come to light and all. I saw a video of Billie Eilish while she was 2. I mean 2 years old, Billie Eilish. And she was recording a song she wrote with a guitar. And I'm like, at 2?
At 2.
She was not playing the guitar very skillfully, but then you can see that this girl has, the parents are trying
Like,
to groom her from that point. She would be
today where you see where she is, you're not surprised.
You're not surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, her very first album gave her a Grammy. So you can just know that this girl has been trained for the global stage from childhood. This, which is one of the things the people in the North lack.
Yeah.
Honestly, they believe that modesty belongs to corporate jobs, and it's really affecting our youth.
It's really affecting our youth. So let me ask you, have you had to maybe record yourself probably dancing before? Have you had, and then it was difficult to post and you could not post? Have you ever had such an experience?
Okay, not necessarily dancing.
Yeah.
But I've written love songs and I could not record them. Because you just be tagged a sinner.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that some of these songs were my experience. Either an experience of heartbreak or an experience of great love. It's nothing spiritual, neither is it anything so worldly, but then the stigma of, no, my child cannot go into the secular music industry. I did not have the nerve to post it or to record it, honestly. So yes, I've had those experiences.
So how does that also affect like promoting yourself after creating something? Maybe music or self-promotion actually?
Self-promotion.
Yeah.
You know, one thing is that your geographical location or the community barrier that one has is not the only limiting factor. The first thing is that the passion has to drive you to becoming really stubborn, to breaking some norms. I think I've heard someone say that.
It's like really, I was going to say that in the North, if you really have to break out, especially as a creative, you need to have that element of stubbornness.
Honestly.
Like I feel that the North, we are dealing with more battles than
honestly,
else,
than every
other
other
regions.
yes.
Yeah. We're dealing with more battles because you really have to be ready for the, should I call it, warfare with your parents, especially with the elders,
with the community,
folks, your community,
with your religious leaders.
Yes, just to express
lot.
yourself creatively, you really have to go through a lot, and it's a lot about, and that is really affecting our expression, really. And people need to understand that we do not lack creatives.
Honestly,
we do not lack talent. Like, he choke.
Let
me use the expression.
Honestly.
He choke because I've seen guys doing crazy things, but their expression is literally
limited.
Is whispering. They're whispering. They're doing crazy things, big things, but they're whispering it, right?
Yeah.
And really, somebody said that. Imagine you want to talk to a fine girl. Who said that? Was it John Ron? You want to talk to a fine girl in the dark and you're whispering, like, or you're just gesticulating. How will she get to hear you or know that you
actually
that you're
talking to her?
And I feel that's what we're dealing with in the North.
Honestly, that is it. And sometimes you won't really blame them.
Yeah.
And that's because the northern region of Nigeria is known for that decency. First off, from the way we dress, our culture and everything. You see, no offense intended, but then you see cultural wears for the Igbo and the Yoruba. It's not so covered, it's not so restrictive.
Yeah.
But when you come to the North, it's different. Once you see their religious practices, like, it's practically different.
Yeah.
So you don't expect them to just break out at once. So I think we should cut our parents some slack, honestly. Those were the things their parents also raised them in, and those were the things they were taught to believe was ideal. Like your skirts have to be below your knee, like my own. Or they'll tell you that, oh, your
But I feel
nails
this is
cannot
a
be
very
long.
intentional style, right?
Oh, this is a very
because,
intentional
I
style.
mean, you're making a
I mean,
statement.
I am very spontaneous. I can wear something very totally opposite from what I'm wearing now. It's
I
really
agree.
having
I
nothing
agree.
to do
I've
with
seen how
culture.
and that's nice. That's really nice.
Thank you. But yeah. And also it's a cultural thing,
Yeah.
and then it's been passed on from generations. You know, even our cultural practices, if you notice our dance steps, the ones that are cultural based,
they are very
they are very
demure, right.
you get
Control.
demure, that's the word.
You know?
Very modest. So I know a little bit of what you do. I think
Yeah.
one thing I know you for very, very well
Yeah.
is your outstanding talent of what's it called?
Voice.
Voiceovers.
Yes,
Thank
girl.
you. So I mean, is the north actually limiting you? Like, do you encounter any limitation at all?
Yes, of course. I think it's a general thing with all creatives.
Hmm.
As a voiceover artist, I mean, whatever creative that you're into, and we're not left out. Voiceovers artists are not left out, right? In fact, I think it was recently I had to tell myself, and really, I'm not going to lie that I'm totally immune to it. Somehow, I think that affected me. So, I mean, the thing that I think we should actually be intentional about is that when we get to understand what is happening, because the worst thing or the worst state someone can be is not knowing what his problem is to start with.
Oh yeah,
right?
very
So,
true.
but if you now know what your problem is, or if you now know what is affecting you, if you now know the conditioning that is actually affecting or hampering your progress, then you can actually make intentional
Decisions,
And,
yeah,
yes, and
actually.
really, as a voiceover artist, I would say that if I was going to score myself, especially when I juxtapose my own self-promotion with those from the West, I'm not doing anything. Really. I've not been doing anything because actually I can say I woke up recently, right? I can say I woke up recently because now I'm trying to be more intentional for myself, put out more things,
Yeah.
right? And really that is me. But several creatives in the North are yet to wake up to this. They're yet to come to this realization. In fact, like I said, the problem is some of us do not even know that this thing is affecting us.
Honestly.
Because it
True.
becomes subconscious. Subconsciously, you're trying to be humble. Subconsciously, you don't want to be termed uncultured.
Honestly, uncultured is the word. You
Uncultured,
don't want to look bad in the eyes of your parents. I mean,
and your community that you came out from. Because really, it doesn't take a lot for you to do to just feel separated from the masses in the North here. Like,
Actually.
once you just begin to, if you can put out content in a week every day straight up, you will feel separated already, because you just discover
Honestly.
that you are pretty much the only person doing that. And have you noticed this, or maybe you yourself, I don't know if you have attempted, in the North we are shy to do outdoor content.
Honestly.
A lot of people,
Honestly.
most of even the biggest content creators, some of our content creators, most even talented ones, are more comfortable doing indoor content.
Indoors, yes.
But how many times have you seen anybody like on the street on a regular day
doing
it's
very rare
doing
honestly
outdoor content? Do you understand?
Honestly,
So you can easily just see how it's affecting us, right? I mean, I will even say, if you're a creative out there and you know that sincerely this is affecting you, especially in the North, in Kaduna State, or in the North generally, I mean, just tell us in your comment section, right, how this has affected you. Because we have seen talented, I've spoken to a creative recently, and the creative, this person is doing well on TikTok. She's stuck to TikTok, right? And when she makes, I mean, she's very expressive, right? With her content, she speaks and she has very good vibe, right? And then I was talking to her, okay, I was talking to her about outdoor content, and she said, no, I can't. It's different. It's entirely, in fact, the way it's as if I said you thief something. It's honestly. Like, no, So and that really just represents how most of us think.
Oh
in the
yes.
North
It's
about outdoor
it's a
content.
community thing.
Have you ever attempted outdoor content, or have you ever thought of it?
Yes, I have. Funnily enough, I
Yeah.
have. But you know the funny thing?
Yeah.
I think the North has happened to me too. Because it's so, it becomes like, how can I go and embarrass myself?
Yes.
Or you start feeling like people will look at you weird
Yeah.
because it's not what is common around you. Do you know that while I was schooling in Castle, I'm a graduate of Ghana State University.
Yeah.
So I have this classmate. And should I mention her name? Her name is Husna. Husna, I'm still calling you out on our content, on our podcast. But her name is Husna. Husna is naturally tall, dark, beautiful
Oh.
Arewa girl. Husna has, when I mean every potential of being a successful model, she does. In fact, I used to tell her, I admire you. If I have these qualities,
Yeah.
I'll be a model, I'll be a singer, I'll be a writer, I'll be everything, I'll do it at once.
Yeah.
I know, to give me the confidence to really put, but all those words were actually to just push her.
Yeah.
But one thing she kept saying is, her parents will not allow her. She kept saying her parents, her parents, her parents. I was like, no, I don't mean you should go and they are modeling that you don't have to really expose your body out there.
Yeah.
Besides, she's a Muslim. I told her that she can be a Muslim model. If you go online, you will see them with their hijab and or probably representing a brand or something. But she rejected the idea from the point I was even trying to suggest it. She was like, it's not going to work. And now, if Husna was still in that condition, like being a Muslim and all, but then grew up in a place like the South,
Yeah.
where those cultures are a little mild, trust me, Husna's answers would have been different. She will see things from a different point of view because why? She has been exposed to people who are doing those kind of things. So it will be easy for her to relate with it.
Just flow with it.
But then coming from the North, coming from a community where it's seen as, you not being modest, they'll just tell you, what's that word again?
I mean, back Kiriki or something.
The gentleness, the meekness. Sorry, we are northerners that are not so northern.
Did you lose your house? Where did you go to? Where did you sell it?
Funnily enough, I had a B in WAEC. In Hausa. I had a B. I don't know how that happened. But then, that's by the way.
Yeah.
But honestly, and I also feel that beyond community, we have succumbed to the community, even us as creatives. Because you discover that someone that grew up in those places where those things are allowed and accepted, he's doing like 100 times better than we are doing. You discover that we make little efforts and then we're already giving up.
Yeah.
And it's not supposed to be so. You say Lagosian outside sometimes by 10, 1. What are they trying to do? Trying to make the next content or trying to find the better one to post online.
Yeah.
They are really, you'll see them really trying their best to put themselves out there.
They're
But
very
then once you
intentional.
come here, even the ones that are trying to put themselves out from the North, you just discover that we're not really putting the efforts that we should be putting. And I feel like
Really, we're not doing enough.
to a large extent,
Right?
we have become complacent by what is happening around us. So there is no competition. There's no someone that will challenge you to actually rising to do better. You're just comfortably and enjoying your position as a local champion.
Yeah, because you see, you're not putting yourself out there, and nobody's telling you what you're doing
What
wrong.
exactly?
Nobody's telling you you
can do better.
You're performing below par. Nobody's telling you that.
You're not even seeing an example that you should follow first off.
I mean, yes, there's no
Honestly.
example. There's nobody that is an example that you should follow. And really, the few examples, the few persons that maybe would have been, especially in the North, examples, they are gatekeeping. Like,
actually,
they want to just be the boss, be the all
they
in
want to
all
shine
right there.
alone.
You know, so there's a lot of gatekeeping by the few that actually put themselves out there, probably because they had gotten opportunities to have some
yes.
kind of exposures, right? And then they begin to
They
gatekeep.
become pompous. They want to rule alone.
They want to rule alone.
Honestly.
Right? So like I think we need to accept where we are to start with. We need to accept that, look, this is where we are. It is different for me than someone in Lagos, for example.
Yeah.
It is different for me. Hence, I have more battles to deal with.
Conquer.
Right? To conquer.
Actually.
Putting myself out there. I have more battles to conquer. I have to struggle and fight with the societal mindset, societal conditioning, the parent factor, you know. So you there's a lot of obstacles you need to navigate and maneuver around, right?
Yeah.
And really, I don't want it to, because there is this subconscious, condition painting as though it's either you are putting yourself out there, you are selling yourself, you are promoting yourself, or you're humble. So it's like
you have to
putting
choose
yourself
one.
out there is opposite of being humble, right? So it's like it is pride.
It's pride.
So I think we are now faced with the dilemma of saying, okay, how can I promote myself adequately, promote my creative art without being, how can I put out my visibility
without presenting myself as proud.
Without being proud, right? And really, it starts right here.
Oh yes, of course.
Because the first battle you have to fight is
your
your
mind.
Because
honestly,
it is the battle in your mind that makes you take your phone, look at something nice you did, and it's difficult to press upload. Like,
honestly,
it's difficult to just hit upload, right? Because in your mind you are dealing with what would they say, and you can already picture your mother's voice. But what did you put online? And
bring it down.
You see my son? Your dad saying you're embarrassing.
If you know you sucked this breast.
Your pastor.
Honestly, no.
Why do our mothers? Why do our mothers have to, like? Is that like one weapon they have in their arsenal?
Oh no! And that weapon is really strong.
They want to bring out that weapon.
You have to be like, I cannot do anything. It's my mother. And the funny thing is that they have a way of respecting mothers. Have you noticed it?
No. I think when it comes to women, honor for parents, generally for the elders.
Yes, actually.
We have that in the north.
I think there was one recent banter that happened that this thing came up when we lost of blessed memory one biker. Mothers were now telling their sons to swear never to climb bike.
To go bike.
And they were coming online to say, me, it's my mother first. I'm sorry, I promised my mom. They are selling their bikes and all that. So you can really see how the community, that respect is there. They feel like agility is against.
Really, let's give the North that flower. Like,
honestly.
we have honor for our elders.
Oh yes,
really, we have honor for our
thumbs
elders
up North.
in the North. Like literally, you can literally, go try in the publicly speak to your mother
rudely. You gonna say streets get
like random person would be like,
I swear, you dey crazy.
Even your age may slap you, sir.
I swear. As in like legit slap.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like, is it your mother? You're talking to
your
and
mom
that's where
like that.
It would be as if it's not your mother, as if it's his mother. Is it mommy you're talking to like that?
You get
and all that. So really, I think because of that, where our parent might not be adequately representing or presenting how issues should be, it also affects us.
Oh yeah.
Right?
True.
So for the older folks, boomers and older, they might still be finding it difficult to come to terms with the new technological and social media thing.
Technology.
And so their own narrative of it, you can see your mother will we maybe watch a video and say, hey, devil, and she say, hey,
science fiction is devil to them. Trust me.
and if they don't get to, have a proper reception of it, how can they, tell you how to play around it? And so by the time they bring their own point of view about it, and you have honor for your mother, honor for your father, and all of that. It just
cripples you.
It cripples, and that is what several of our creatives are dealing with right now. They're dealing with that right now. But it takes somebody that is resolute, really.
Oh yeah.
I would say there's a lot of resolution. But do you think that coming out and putting yourself out there you have to, disrespect your parents, disrespect your culture? Really, do you think that is the price we have to pay? Do you think we need to trade our culture for
all right. Do you know
visibility?
something?
Yeah.
I want to answer this question. First of all, not to sound religious, but
Yeah.
I read the Bible a lot.
Okay.
And I'm actually a child of God.
I try my
It's
best.
something it's something that I'm not even ashamed of at all.
I try my best.
And then
too.
I want to draw one certain example.
Yeah.
You see, before the coming of Christ, everything they were doing in Israel was the norm. The Pharisees minister, the Sadducees, and everything was happening. Nobody knew about baptism. Nobody knew about radical preaching. Everything was just calm and sweet and simple. Not until a radical man came. And then he came with the truth, but then it was not a norm.
Yeah.
It was not something that was used to them. So he was facing opposition from virtually every angle.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make what he did wrong. In fact, that was the truth that came. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So saying that, I'm trying to say that there are times when you are actually going to rebel. Sorry, I have to use that word. I'm not saying, now rebellion does not mean disrespect. Let me quickly clear that. Because some
Okay.
people are saying, you have to be disrespectful to your parents or something. No, it doesn't mean disrespect. It means that you have to challenge whatever it's the constant happening in your surrounding. Honestly, if you don't, you'll practically be the same with everybody else.
Right.
But then telling your parents, first off, it even starts from your character. If you want them to trust that the decision you're making for your life, you want them to buy it. In the first place, it is going to show is by your character. Because you cannot be stubborn and you expect to. They will definitely feel that you are just being stubborn. You are being you. But imagine that you're a well-mannered child, a well-mannered northern child. Let me add that. I mean, that your parents give you instructions and then you obey it. They know that, no, this person is well-cultured. Let me use that word, since cultural norm is what we are fighting. And then so when they know that this person is well-cultured, this person is character balanced and all, and then you suggest to them that this is what I have to do, this is what is in my mind, you have to allow me to do it. Regardless of how much they'll be fighting themselves, right?
Yeah.
They would give you that opportunity because your character and then your statutes to them have created a mentality that this boy knows what he's doing with his life. I feel like that was one of my breaking points. I'm not saying I'm a very 100% good girl.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think out of majority of my siblings, I gave my parents a headache. I sneaked out of the house plenty times to go and see man.
You're that different child.
Oh yes, I was. I broke. In fact, I grew up in a house where we were not wearing trousers. I was the one that broke that rule. I was the one that first made braided attachments on my hair. Till my remaining siblings now say, "Kai, it's not a sin. Let's all do it." Since she's doing it, so I used to be that kind of. I was challenging a lot of things, trust me. But then, however, one thing that you can never look at me and say I did was disrespect. In fact, I was the closest to my parents. I was the only one who can tell my dad, this is wrong, daddy, this your judgment is not right. However, I was never disrespectful about it. There was a way I approached them.
Really.
So
I feel that is your own context and case. Because some might argue that though they might be cultured, whatever that might mean in their own society or family, and when they come up with this new thing, it's like you're not changing, right? So there's the part where you might think, okay, the parent might say, okay, this person is cultured, so what he's doing now, I will not. But there's also the angle where another person might still be dealing with the parents now saying this new thing, you're now changing. It's like you're not bringing you're no longer cultured again. You're now losing it, right? So I because of that, I feel we might not generalize that having a track record of a good child track record now changes it for you.
No, you see, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I like that you make that point.
Yeah.
Being a good child does not automatically exempt you from that status. Because you definitely have to still fight.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say that fighting without weapon is worse than fighting with a weapon.
Yeah.
At least you have a reason to fight. Rather than not having a reason and you're fighting and you're still fighting. So at least it's better. See, no matter what you want to say, it's still better that you're fighting with your character than you're fighting without your character. And it doesn't mean that fighting with character is going to make you win automatically. Hope you know. Still, you still have explanation to do. There's still going to be disagreements. and all, but the end goal is what they will be after. Last, let me use this example. No matter how we think Pella is misbehaving up and down, because trust me, I feel like sometimes his character is actually misbehavior. Sorry, like when he publicly declared that he wants to go and commit suicide. Who does that one? And all, but that aside, but then regardless of his misbehavior, or he's still making the money. He's richer than me.
Yeah.
And then nobody is going to check that. Do you understand that kind of thing? So tomorrow now, regardless of the misbehavior, and then you go back home with a whole lot of money, they are not going to reject you. They will see it as success. They will later on have understanding with what you were doing. In fact, they might never even get to have the understanding with what you were doing, but then you still broke the norm. And truly speaking, breaking the norm is you making ways for other people. Because if nobody is breaking out of the status quo, if nobody is really doing something different, we are all going to remain in the same thing. Yeah.
So really, yeah, of course, somebody has to be the one to
Break
step
it
up
out.
and break out.
Of course.
And it wakes other people up. Actually, after whoever pioneers something actually wakes up something in others, right? I remember there was a time that people could not run a mile or something in a minute, or is it 100 meters? And then when somebody did it, every other person started to do it.
Trying to break that record that he even broke.
And people did it.
Yeah.
So I think that is really a thing. That is really a thing. But I also would say that regardless of your social norms and your culture, your family upbringing, if you're a creative, first of all, you need to understand that there's no any other option. There's no any other option to, for success, especially in the social media world as we have it today, but putting yourself out there.
That's very
you have to
necessary.
be loud.
I swear.
And how else can I say this? But being loud is not pride. Being loud is not pride, right? You have to sell, right? I mean, you're pretty much selling. If you have a product, you want to advertise. If you have a service or a product, you need people to know that, hey, this is what I sell. Hey, this is what I offer. And if people do not know, how else can they, reach out to you for your product or your service, right? So you need to put yourself out there. And the same way as a creative, one of the best, in fact, that should be the best way. The best way you can actually put yourself out right now is on social media.
Yeah, actually.
Because social
Very
media
true.
just gives us
That
a
visibility.
world, a limitless world and a limitless reach to our marketing,
True.
right? That you no longer have to rely on a word of mouth, because before it used to be the word of mouth, or for your product, or if you have a store, you have to advertise, you have to use a signboard or a sign, post, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But those ones were limited to the people who pass that street or that road,
yes,
right?
actually. The
But social media
visibility
now,
is limited.
yeah, but social media has now opened the field that now from your room,
Within minutes,
I mean,
something that is
seconds.
happening in Rigasa is
You
being
get.
known to the ends of the earth.
And you can reach out to the ends of the earth
Of course.
from your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And why should, give me one good reason why you should not be putting yourself out there as often as you can,
Exactly.
right? And I believe that eventually, if you are not doing anything criminal, if you are not doing anything actually shameful, because everybody has a definition, right? And you cannot keep on trying to please everyone, right? You cannot keep on trying to please everyone because, okay, this person's definition of pride is when you put yourself out there, this person believes it's pride. When you post like this person believes it, and then you're trying to please everyone. You have to first of all come to terms with what your values really are, right? And like you said, you might not agree with what Pella does, right? So that is where it comes. But Pella does not care. There are several people that do not, probably even in his family, right? But he's doing it anyway, right? And whatever he's trading for, whatever, I believe he's getting what he wants, or whatever he traded for what he has today, right?
True.
So I think as a creative, You really have to come to terms with who you are, what you want, and really what you are ready to trade for that thing.
Of course. Yeah. True.
And especially when you know that if you are cultured really, and you know what it means to be cultured, and you have a healthy definition of being cultured, then you will know that selling yourself out there is not losing your
Your
home training.
Honestly,
Right?
you don't dey lose home
You're
training.
not losing home training because you're putting yourself out there as a
Of
creative.
course. Yeah.
And as a creative, if you really want to succeed, really, you have to be a bit loud.
Yeah, honestly.
So put yourself out there, speak out, turn on your camera, press record. Sooner or later, everybody will have to come. In fact, do you see that? The same people who judge you on your way up are the people who celebrate you when you actually get there.
Honestly. In fact, now them go post your picture.
Now them go
I
post
know her
your-
when she was.
Do you understand?
I mean, she was my friend.
She was
Everybody becomes your friend.
We grew up on the same street.
Actually.
Even someone you have never talked to or
Spoken
you have
to.
never seen, we say,
Honestly.
I remember this person. It's from Kaduna.
related.
Oh, it's from my street or stuff
I
like that,
mean-
right? So even the people
have-
that judge you will eventually celebrate you.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
have a friend that sent a song he recorded with Skills when Skills was still in Ghana. He was like, I know Skills. In fact, the way he was, let me send the song to you. And I say, he has gone. He has gone. But yeah, I mean, that is how it is. That's how
Yeah.
it should be. When we remain in those positions that of comfort, let me put it that way, positions of
Positions of
comfort,
comfort.
we will not really get to where we want to. Besides, you don't even have to be stupid online to make it. I used to tell people this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't still hear.
You
You really don't have to be stupid online to make it. You can't make intellectual content. The only thing it requires is what? Consistency.
Consistency.
It requires you to be consistent. That thing you're doing, if you wake up today, do it tomorrow, do it next tomorrow. There is no how. There is no how you remain in one position. I've heard a wise man say, one thing that you do for 10 minutes every day in the next 10 years, do you know how many hours you have contributed to your life?
Yeah.
There is no way you will do that thing the same way.
Yeah.
No matter what, regardless, there's going to be a shift, there's going to be a change in your life. So
Definitely.
regardless of the community, regardless of the rules and the cultural norms that the North has grown up with, the main reason why we are not really on the world map is because of complacency. We are comfortable. We are not putting in the work we should be putting in. We're not encouraging ourselves to really be out there. I'm talking, including to myself, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Because I've not really maximized every of my potential. And I feel like there is room for these things. If you put yourself out there, if you develop that talent which you have, and you know another thing that is killing us, we are all waiting to be perfect before we go out there. And the problem is perfection. It means perfection in what you are doing.
Yeah.
Once you've started doing it, it's not like you sit down and perfection falls from heaven and you're like, oh, perfection, you're finally here. Oh yeah, now let's start. It doesn't work that way. I don't know what illusion most people work with, but it doesn't work that way. You have to actually work it. So imagine that you want to be a dancer. Are you going to sit at home to actually be perfect in the dancing before you put yourself out there? Do you know that I was watching a very obvious example, Wizkid's new song and all those, his freestyle. He was one particular video that he was singing inside a bus. He was shirtless. I mean, if they show you Wizkid of that time and they show you that this is Wizkid, you would definitely swear that na lie. But a lot of people are afraid of looking dirty on camera. And that is the problem. I mean, start it now. That your video that you feel is looking like a throwback, let it be a real throwback. Just go start them. Do you understand? Like, start it now. With time, you will develop. The talents will definitely improve. The gadgets will come. The sponsorship will follow. But you have to put yourself out there.
We really need to sound it that it takes a lot of effort actually
Oh, yeah.
to be noticed, because there is competition online. There's competition on social media. In fact, why I said that, because we can use a typical example from the north, OG
Abba.
Abba,
Yeah.
right? So it was said that OG Abba had to do a lot of
50 videos for that his particular Kashe song. Do you know that recently I was with my pastor's wife and she was like, the song just kept coming to her mind. She just find her like, "Kakashe, kakashe, 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 kakashe." But this song has been, before the song came to limelight, he released that song a year ago.
Yeah.
And he was consistently promoting that song. Imagine saying he give up for like 2 or 3 videos of promotion.
Do you
He would have
understand?
still been where he is, but now he's making deals with Ice Prince and other people from other places. In fact, I think I saw a recent song he did with Cade. Just imagine that he was in one position. Exactly.
So I'm using that to actually call out to some other creative, because some will say, because I've tried to talk to someone and someone will say that, yeah, but I put myself out there now. At least look, I have seen my videos.
2 videos.
And then yeah, do you understand?
Yeah.
So how much really have you done? This guy was promoting one thing for almost a year.
Honestly.
Do you understand?
Almost a
And
year.
just one thing, just one song, and he kept promoting. I mean, I wonder, sometimes I look at myself and I say, how would I have felt after 50 after 10 videos?
10 videos.
And
10 looks like commitment.
yes, 10 looks like commitment.
Honestly.
So really, how would I have felt after 10 videos?
It's still
Nothing.
normal. Nothing has changed. Nobody's
Really?
shouting your name in the
Do you
streets.
understand? So
I mean,
people need to understand, and creatives in the North need to understand that, look, you have to put a lot of effort.
efforts. Yep.
You have to put a lot of effort, especially
True.
coming from the North. You have to put a lot of effort. If you need to promote yourself over and over, sometimes it might mean promoting one thing again and again and again and again and again.
Honestly.
Right? And you have to do it all by yourself. Because people do not celebrate the journey. People celebrate the arrival, right? And you, in your journey, you will notice that there's no support.
Oh, yeah.
Because I see people whining about no support, nobody is supporting me and all of that. Yes, we have that, but are you going to dwell
Upcoming
there?
artists.
Upcoming artists.
I don't know why they are always
Begging
focusing
for
on
support.
producers supporting. He did not support me. He wants to record for. When the producer is also trying to make ends meet and he's also trying to grow.
So
But
really,
you see,
there's need for us to just come to that place and know that this is my journey, this is my fight, this is my warfare, this is my dream,
future.
my future.
Yeah,
And begin to put yourself out there.
of course.
Promote yourself, because eventually, you will break out. You will be
Oh,
noticed.
yes, you will.
Right?
Honestly.
If stupid things, if permit me to say, can get noticed and get celebrated because of consistent promotion, how much
Naija
more?
normally na stupid things they blow. No worry yourself.
I mean, you can say that.
But that's the truth. It's the honest truth, and the
Yeah.
truth is that there is no way you'll be consistent in a thing and you will not put yourself out there. There is no man that is diligent with the work of his hands that would actually not stand before kings.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I saw a picture recently of Bona, who has recently just converted to Islam, and he was breaking his fast with Dangote. It's not everybody that can just walk into Dangote's house to go and break fast. I mean, he has definitely worked to be there. That Bona is also a name in Nigeria, so it's not a nobody that is having dinner with Dangote. So it's practically like that. And then a lot of us expect accolade when we have not really put in the commitment. So, and nobody is coming to help you. Nobody, your guy. It's you that is having your dream. 2 people know they dream the same dream. Even if not the same dream, now for your head, you dream am.
Yeah.
Now for the other person head, you also dream am.
Yeah.
So it's a personal journey.
It's a personal journey.
It's a personal work. Don't expect that help will just fall. Of course, people want to see competence before they even help you. So even if you're expecting help, prove yourself. Prove your competence so that people can feel comfortable to actually put in their support. See, people can drag it all they want, but the truth is we are not putting enough effort in the North to actually be out there.
Bam. We are not putting out enough efforts in the North, really. And I would also want to add that don't judge yourself too fast.
Exactly.
Because that was the point, you know. Somebody posts twice, 3 times, 10 times, and he looks at his 10th or 20th or post, and he still sees maybe 2 or 3
Likes.
likes. typical, the average person will want to, this is not my own journey.
Is it not
This one is not
enough?
for me. I've tried my best.
You're already giving up.
I've tried my best, you know. But look at the most successful people we see, especially online, especially with social media. Guys, I think was it Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast said that before he can talk with anybody that is trying to also make it on YouTube, he said, if you have not yet posted 100 and was it 150 or 130 there about
videos.
Yeah, he said once you have done 150, then we can talk.
We can talk.
Do you understand?
I like that standard. It means anybody that can talk to me is actually somebody that is willing to work.
and people judge themselves after say 5 videos, 10 videos. They judge themselves after maybe the best. Someone that would try his best and went getting to 50 and there's nothing. He's like, But here's somebody who is global.
Yeah.
And he's saying that if you have not done 150, he's saying that that's the starting point. 150 videos out there.
As the
Let's start
starting
from there.
point.
So now we can talk.
I mean,
That you now want to start the journey. Right?
that's quite challenging.
And it's not getting any better because people are waking up gradually. At least some of us in the north, we are beginning to come up to the realization. So people are waking up. So if it's already this competitive already, then you need to have at least 150 to start with YouTube videos, right? I say, okay, now your journey is starting. So do you know how many you will need to do in the next 5 years? To even say, okay,
maybe 500 or 1,000 videos.
I mean, to even strike, to make a strike at all. Do you understand? So it's not getting any better.
150 is the startup.
Right
that
now.
means the global stage is becoming difficult to attain.
Yes.
Actually.
So if you are not waking up right now, and this is our call to the Northern Creatives.
Yeah.
It's time that we all wake up. We have a lot to put out there. There's incredible talent in the North. Marvel.
Honestly.
I have seen them. I'm not just saying. I'm not just, making empty words. I have seen creatives that nobody knows.
Honestly.
Talented creatives.
So good.
They are so good.
So good.
Some of them even just make little contributions to some of the big projects we have, but without any credit, just contribute a bit and all of that.
Yeah.
And they can do a lot more than that.
Can do a lot more.
I mean, so really, we just need to put ourselves out there. Without judging ourselves, without judging ourselves too fast, and also, we also need to understand how to navigate our own terrain, our own communities, our own elders, our own society, and let us also be the voice, because somebody has to make the new narrative that, okay, this is not pride. Selling myself out there is not pride. Putting my creative art out there is not losing my home training. Somebody needs to start putting. So let us all be the voice.
That agility is not a crime. That you're agile does not mean you're proud.
Does not mean you're proud.
Honestly.
Right? So I want to call out to creatives to be the one. Say, okay, let me be the voice that will begin to rewrite the narratives. These narratives. Right? Let it start with me. And I'm saying this because that is a step I am taking now. That is a step. Are you taking that step right now?
Of course.
That's a step we are taking, right?
Just like I told you, I'm talking to myself as well.
That is a step we are taking in N-Plug. That's a step that our J2 expression is taking. That is a step that we all are already taking right now. And we are calling out to creatives in the North. Now, look, let us break this because some persons are trying to make a centralized system, right? Let us break it. Let us all come out.
Yeah.
Let everybody express himself. Let everybody be out there.
We can all win.
There's nobody that
it's not a monopoly of.
There's nobody that has the monopoly of these things, right? So let us all come out. Let us all express ourselves, right? Let us make the competition right here. Let us create a competition within ourselves and competition with those outside of this region.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
And then let us head for the global stage. When we begin to think like that, then yes, We begin to take the intentional steps, putting ourselves out there, sounding it, consistency, effort, learning, relearning, unlearning, and going out. And I mean, that can put us out there.
Of course, and the sky will be our very beginning.
The sky will be our shooting pad.
I mean,
right?
Yeah, of course.
Would you like to add something before we wrap it up today?
Oh, well, just like we've always said, trust me, as a creative in the North, I have come across and I've seen a whole lot of very outstanding, talented creatives in the North. But then nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. And you have the potential of changing lives. So why are you being lazy? Ogbeni, wake up. Oh, let me not use Ogbeni. Let me use, which outside word can I use now? Don't wa. Kitashi. I mean, wake up. Yeah. Wake up. The world needs to hear us. Yeah. How can the world know when we are not out there? Put yourself out there. If you want to be funny loud. If you want to be serious loud. If you want to be intellectual, be intellectually loud. I mean, just walk. Just they walk. See, if anybody is not supporting you, meet me. I will post you for free.
Me too.
But yeah, I mean, the whole aim.
Post you for free, though.
He will collect your money. I can do 10 for free. But the whole aim is put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there. If it requires you to make 150 videos for a startup, do it.
Do it. So, guys, you have heard it from Marvel.
Your favorite girl.
If you really want to do it, do it loud.
Loud.
Do it loud if you're going to do it. And we want to see the N-Plug family doing it loud from now on. And do it loud also with this content.
With our share buttons.
Share loud.
Like.
Speak of N-Plug loud. Comment loudly.
Of course.
Hit your notification button. Make it loud. I think... Bing, bing, like make it loud. Please. Do everything loud, all right?
Don't miss out on any of our sessions.
Because we want to do it loud for you
too.
Of
course.
All right. So that's it for today's episode. We hope to catch you. Remember that we at N-Plug, the Northside World podcast on N-Plug, we love you.
Always.
Ciao.
Ciao.